Imagine a nation facing a massive challenge, needing to rapidly modernize its industries and feed a growing urban workforce. How do you dramatically transform an entire agricultural system almost overnight, one that has been based on small-scale individual farming for centuries? The forced collectivization of agriculture in the Soviet Union was primarily caused by the government's urgent drive for rapid industrialization and its desire for complete state control over food production. It was a top-down effort to extract resources from the countryside to fund urban and industrial growth, and to fundamentally reorganize the rural economy. The primary drivers were multifaceted. Economically, the Soviet state needed vast amounts of grain, both to feed its burgeoning industrial centers and to export for foreign currency, which was crucial for purchasing machinery and technology from abroad. The existing system of millions of small peasant farms was viewed as inefficient and incapable of producing the necessary surplus. Politically and ideologically, the Communist Party sought to eliminate the kulaks, or wealthier peasants, who were seen as a class enemy and a barrier to socialist transformation. Consolidating agricultural land into large collective farms also allowed the party to extend its direct control and influence over the rural population, dissolving traditional village structures. The implementation involved immense pressure and coercion. Local party officials and activists were dispatched to the countryside to persuade, and often force, peasants into collective farms known as kolkhozy. Those who resisted, particularly the kulaks, faced severe consequences, including confiscation of property, deportation to labor camps, or even execution. Livestock and farming equipment were forcibly pooled, often leading to widespread destruction of animals by peasants desperate not to hand them over to the state. Propaganda campaigns promised a modern, prosperous future for collective agriculture, contrasting it with the perceived backwardness of individual farming. This brutal campaign, known as dekulakization, saw millions of peasants classified as enemies and subjected to persecution. An infamous example of the state's extreme measures was the decree on guarding socialist property, also known as the Law of Spikelets, which criminalized the appropriation of even small amounts of grain from collective fields, leading to harsh sentences. These policies, coupled with poor harvests, directly contributed to devastating famines, most notably the Holodomor or Great Famine in Ukraine, which resulted in millions of deaths. Understanding forced collectivization illuminates a pivotal moment in Soviet history, demonstrating how ambitious ideological and economic goals, when combined with absolute state power, can lead to widespread human suffering and profound social transformation. It was a strategy that, while providing resources for industrialization, left a lasting legacy of trauma, economic inefficiency, and deep distrust between the state and its agricultural producers for generations to come.